just joined us on the System After Dark, this is a homegrown number courtesy of E3 and Cracker. Bulla, how's it going? I'm D, your host on the System After Dark, right here on Today FM. Today's hit music. You can catch me weeknights at 7 p.m. That's from Monday to Friday, only on the home of Today's hit music. And don't forget, that's D with you every weeknight on the System After Dark. Even got that homebrew flowing.
Good evening, this is FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. In this bulletin, Prime Minister commends Fiji Broadcasting Corporation for promoting national unity as Japan commits $14.5 million for AM frequency upgrade. Third Pacific Islands Development Forum gets underway in Suva. And government approves compensation payout for family of deceased Rarawai milk worker. Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama is pleased with Fiji Broadcasting Corporation's performance and its engagement of all Fijians to promote unity through its programs. Speaking at the signing of a grant agreement for the rehabilitation of FBC medium wave radio transmission or AM frequency today, Bainimarama said the broadcaster is a vital tool for national building. Chanel Sivan reports.
A significant event for the national broadcaster, as Fiji and Japan signed an agreement that would assist broadcasting to the outer islands and in times of disasters. And Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama took the opportunity to commend Fiji Broadcasting Corporation in its contribution towards making a modern and an informed nation and reaching out to Fijians and even in the remotest islands of Fiji.
I also want to take this opportunity to thank the board and management of FBC for the many initiatives they have undertaken to strengthen our cultural identity as a nation. A raft of programming has been introduced that is relevant to modern Fiji, and especially our young people. And the government especially appreciates those homegrown programs like Batini Tanoa, the Fijian Smiles, the talkback shows and community programs that are not only highly entertaining, but are bringing us even closer together as a nation.
Bainimarama says Fiji needs programming that is not only innovative but promotes national unity, and that is what the FBC is doing. The Japanese government is funding the AM frequency with a $14.5 million grant.
Through this upgrade, Fiji Broadcasting Corporation will be able to provide clearer and more dependable programming to Fijians in maritime areas and of course improve the overall quality of radio coverage for all Fijians.
FBC's efforts have also been acknowledged by the Japanese government.
We Japanese are fond of working hard. It has become part of our identity. As such, we can easily relate to the long hours and hard work that must have gone behind FBC's success. Today, FBC has truly carved its own place as a public broadcaster operating in a commercial world.
Work on the AM frequency is expected to begin early next year. When finished in 2017, Fijians will be able to listen to 2 radio stations of the FBC, Radio Fiji 1 and Gold FM, on the AM and the FM frequency. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
The Third Pacific Islands Development Forum is underway in Suva with the week-long event to culminate with the adoption of a new charter for the PIDF as well as a declaration on climate change. With the theme Building Climate Resilience, Green Blue Pacific Economies, this year's summit is significant for the future of the forum. Julie Vatwaliwali with the story.
More than 300 delegates have converged in Suva, some as members of the Pacific Island Development Forum, others as observers and organizations with an interest in the region. PIDF Interim Secretary General Amena Yovoli says the first ever charter will give the forum an international identity which has been lacking since its inception.
This charter will provide, in layman terms, what it means. It can relate, undertake its work internationally with its development partners as well as with the United Nations agencies. So it's a key document of the organization.
The charter is the governance structure for the PIDF and will dictate membership, including that of private organizations and non-government organizations. The Suva Declaration, a commitment to action and a call for the world to act on climate change, will also be adopted by the leaders.
So this particular forum provides a useful opportunity for our leaders, for our communities, for the different stakeholders to put their heads together and basically discuss what sort of issues, what are some of the issues our leaders should take to Paris, and what do you want to get out of this agreement.
The Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Kamala Sharma, and the United Nations Special Envoy on Climate Change, Ambassador Mary Robinson, are among high-level delegates attending the PIDF summit. Deputy Prime Minister of Thailand, General Thanasak Patima Pragon, is the chief guest. Julivatu Waliwali, FBC News.
Commonwealth Secretary-General Kamala Sharma is on an official visit to the country. Sharma is the first senior-most official from the Commonwealth Secretariat to visit Fiji since democratic elections were held in Fiji last September. Fiji was suspended from the Commonwealth for the December 2006 political upheaval. Sharma paid a courtesy call to President Ratauepeli Nailatikau in Suva today. He is also expected to meet with other government officials. Sharma will attend the Pacific Islands Development Forum Summit, which begins tomorrow at the Grand Pacific Hotel. An unsigned statement has been released by the Social Democratic Liberal Party questioning Prime Minister Vorengem Bainimarama's comments on alleged seditious activities in the Western Division. The unsigned statement was issued under the names of SODELPA President Ratunaingama Lalambalavu and Party Leader Rote Mumukepa. Efforts to seek confirmation from Ratunaingama and Rote Mumu about the authenticity of the release have been unsuccessful. SODELPA Principal Administrative Officer Mick Beddoes said a statement was released, but it was not sent to FBC because of a party policy not to speak to the media organization. Beddoes says he is not aware of a statement released on Facebook, nor is he aware of an official SODELPA page on Facebook. Opposition MP and Social Democratic Liberal Party member Moses Mbulitavu says he will await the decision by the party's management board, who are tasked with investigating his complaint, a damning audit report as well as a complaint against him. It's understood the findings of the investigation by the four-member team will be finalized before the annual general meeting of SODELPA, which is scheduled for this weekend.
The assurance is there that the management board will sit and they are going to put together whatever is needed, procedures of the constitution of the party, and then they'll get back to us.
The SODELPA Management Board met last week with President and Board Chair Ratunaingama Lalambalavu, recusing himself from the proceedings given his close relationship to Mbulitavu. Mbulitavu initially threatened to resign if the leader of opposition, Rote Mumukepa, did not. However, he has decided to await the outcome of the board management meeting and subsequent investigations. Compensation has been approved for the family of Kenny Seniloli, who was crushed to death after becoming trapped on a conveyor belt at the Fiji Sugar Corporation's Rarawai mill in Ba. Industrial Relations Minister Chiochi Kondrote also confirmed that another incident where two other mill employees suffered burns have also been approved for payout. Maggie Boyle with the story.
Labour Minister Chiochi Kondrote shed light in the last sitting of Parliament on the three cases in July that resulted in the death of one mill employee and the injury of two others.
In accordance with the relevant OHS regulations, the Ministry's inspectorate officers have completed their preliminary investigations and are presently coordinating and pursuing the prompt payment of compensations to the dependents of the deceased and the two injured workers.
Kondrote highlighted that while the ministry was working towards being more efficient, there is a backlog of cases that needs to be cleared.
The 31st of July of this year, a total of about 2,170, 98.6% of these outstanding cases from the year 2001 to 2014 have been settled, with the remaining 33 cases consisting of 25 injury and 8 death cases are being processed for settlement. Presently, there are 32 cases which have been referred to the Employment Relations Tribunal for ruling.
Conrote also revealed that 40 survivors and 800 dependents of 150 veterans who were involved in Operation Grapple or British nuclear weapon tests on Christmas Island have been compensated. The remaining claims are being processed. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Still to come on FBC News, Australia hands over new state-of-the-art printing machines to Fiji's Ministry of Education.
Nama kikirau mena tolu kene betu. Ena via kami, moliti kene parombuka.
Goria na lali ne kami, Bula FM, number 2 ena seri.
A former secretary of the Independent Legal Services Commission appeared in the Suva Magistrates Court this afternoon. Afrana Nisha has been charged with falsification of documents and obtaining financial advantage offences amounting to $3,450. Nisha has been granted bail with 2 suitable sureties and ordered to surrender her passport and report to Valalevo Police Station every Saturday. Magistrate Makireta Moore told the sureties to sign a $1,000 bond each and ensure that Nisha reports to court every time her case is called. Nisha was charged by Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption. FICAC counsel Lillian Mosio has given the first phase disclosures today. The case will be recalled on September 16, 2015. Nisha is alleged to have committed the offences in 2012 whilst employed by the Commission. The PNG Fiji Business Council is looking at establishing more Fijian businesses in Papua New Guinea. There are about 8 Fijian businesses currently in PNG. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports.
The boom in Papua New Guinea's economy as a result of LNG and other commodities has attracted a number of Fijian businesses to their shores. The PNG Fiji Business Council now wants other Fijian companies to follow suit.
If they have a clear manufacturing or business plan, I'm sure that they can go to PNG and take to the next level. So during last 12 months, we have assisted at least 3 to 4 firms to explore PNG market and to understand whether they can, is it possible for them to make investments.
Nuzab Farid, who has been re-elected chairman of the council, says the few businesses already there have been doing well with increased orders and exports.
You're talking about 2 different market size. PNG is 8 million people and a growing market and a lot of opportunities. So definitely, and very good prices. Good prices basically means you can make better margins. So definitely there are a lot of opportunity for Fiji companies.
The only problem the council faces is the difference in requirements of biosecurity rules for exports in both countries.
We want to export a lot of food items and there is a little bit of, let's say, or not objections, there are changes in rules in PNG, and any food item before reaching PNG, there is a quarantine affairs of PNG who want to look at that.
The council has been informed that Fiji's Trade Commissioner to PNG will be appointed soon. The council says the Trade Commissioner will definitely boost trade efforts between Fiji and Papua New Guinea. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
The Australian government today officially handed over printing machines to the Ministry of Education that will print textbooks for students. Australia's Minister for Education, Christopher Pyne, says his government will support Fiji's education sector. Savara Tambua has more.
State-of-the-art machines have been rolling out textbooks for students. Australia's Education Minister, Christopher Pyne, says the assistance will be consistent for the benefit of Fijian students.
These textbooks have already meant that the turnaround for providing these resources to students has gone from 30 days to 6 days. So it's allowing the Fijian Education Ministry to respond quickly to needs in schools right across Fiji, whether it's here on the main island or in the archipelago of islands that is Fiji.
The equipment bought last year was officially handed over to the Fijian government today. 500,000 books have been printed so far. Minister for Education, Dr. Mahendra Reddy, says the reforms and initiatives implemented by the ministry has demanded high-quality production of educational printed materials by its printing arm, the Education Resource Centre.
The reforms that we are undertaking in the Ministry of Education is
We want to lift the benchmark of respect to the quality of product that we get out of our primary and secondary schools and universities as well. And as well as ensuring that education is right education, education which helps us build the society that we all are after, a society.
Printing machines cost over $800,000. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
Elections for the National Union of Hospitality, Catering and Tourism Industries employees will be held on the 6th and 7th of October. The election was held earlier this month but was declared null and void because of irregularities in the voter roll. The Fijian Elections Office has given the union till the 5th of September to submit a revised voter roll.
We will then forward the list to individual employers for their Human Resources Department to verify the listing for us. They will confirm to us who are the paid members of the organization and who are not, and whether the names are all present on the list or not. Following that, the list will be then finalized, and it will be available for scrutiny at each of the employers' premises for the union members.
Just under 1,000 workers in the hotel and catering industry will vote for a general secretary. And Rahid joins us now with a preview of what's coming up in sports.
Good evening. After the break, we take a look at the Flying Fijians' departure to England for the Rugby World Cup and why Sake Naholo named in All Black squad. This and more coming up.
छू 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 हे नमस्ते फीजी, आपके हर एक प्रॉब्लम की दवा लेकर मैं आ गई हूँ 9 से 12 बजे तक आपकी सहेली रेनू। छू 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 40 में 20 का दिखना है। मैं हूँ ना आपके साथ में मिर्ची एफएम पर 9 से 12 बजे तक मंडे टू फ्राइडे। मिर्ची, इट्स हॉट।
The Vodafone Flying Fijian side was brimming with confidence of a good outing at the Rugby World Cup when they departed our shores this morning. Coach John McKee says the first match against host England will determine where they stand in the pool of death and is a must-win match for his players. Talen Daudakadaka reports.
The Flying Fijians almost looked relaxed as they were about to depart for England this morning, but the battle over the next 2 weeks will be all mental, and Coach John McKee did not want to reveal any secrets as to how the side will take on the hosts in the opening game.
What am I going to tell you now? It's a secret. No, look. We're certainly having a close look at England. You know, we know their strengths, but they also have some weaknesses, and we'll be looking to exploit some of those weaknesses in terms of our game plan. It will be specific for that game, as we will in the other games through the tournament.
The warm-up match against Canada next Monday will give the players the much-needed hit-out to test their combinations.
You know, a lot of things we've been working on over the last 2 weeks here in Fiji. You know, changing a few things up from the Pacific Nations Cup and working on a few areas that we know we need to improve. So it's important that we get to trial that in match conditions.
Many have tagged the Flying Fijians to be the best prepared sides to leave our shores in recent times. The players have put in the hard yards, and now all eyes will be on them to light up the World Cup in England. Talento Takavaka, FBC Sports.
Vodafone Flying Fijians back rower Pedeli Yato is one player set to light up the World Cup in England. After a standout performance in the recent Pacific Nations Cup, the 22-year-old is determined he can lift his game another notch for the rugby's pinnacle event. Talento Takavaka with the details.
Pedeli Yato came into the Flying Fijian squad a virtually unknown player with only a string of top-class performances in France backing up his inclusion.
Try to make Fiji pro.
He's a man of few words, but his actions on the field make him an asset in any forward pack. Yato is the youngest player in the back row and topped the fitness test among the forwards, but says making the run-on side against seasoned reps will be tough.
There are a lot of challenges, like how to train myself physically, mentally, and also likewise to other boys for competition between them. It's a bigger challenge for me.
The Nandronga lad says making the World Cup squad is a dream come.
Waisake Naholo has made a miracle recovery to be named in the All Blacks Rugby World Cup squad. The All Blacks are grouped in Pool C in the World Cup alongside Argentina, Tonga, Georgia and Namibia. The Team Fiji contingent to the Commonwealth Youth Games in Samoa represented their itatau to the President Ratu Ipeli Nailatikau today. The 47-member team with officials visited the President before taking part in the event which starts this Saturday. The President reminded the athletes of the tough task that lies ahead.
The competition will be stiff. There's no walkovers, no easy way out. You've got to perform at the best of your ability plus to be successful.
The team leaves for Samoa on Friday. The Westwood boxing promotion is set to take the amateur sport to another level when it takes place next month. A huge lineup of boxers with some of the country's best are expected to take the ring at the event. In the past, there had been issues with promoters not paying the boxers on time, but the new organizers have guaranteed that nothing of this sort will be repeated.
All my boxers who are in the lineup and who have signed agreement with Westwood, all of the purse 25% is required has been paid to them, and the balance has to be paid before the fight. That already has been arranged, so there won't be any issues at all regarding.
The Westwood boxing promotion will take place on the 26th of September at Nandi's Prince Charles Park. The Swansea City football side staged a stirring comeback to inflict a first defeat of the season on Manchester United in the English Premier League this morning. Meanwhile, Manchester City remain at the top of the points table with 12 points from 4 matches. That's it from sports this evening. It's back to Jackie for business.
Amalgamated Telecom Fiji Holdings Limited will embark on its next stage of growth in Kiribati. The company announced this at its 17th annual general meeting in Suva. Ellen Stolz reports.
The pace of change in technology and business is proving to be a challenge that ATH continues to endeavour to adapt to. ATH General Manager Ivan Fong says this move into Kiribati is a milestone for the group into international and regional markets.
They do need service. The service that was in place, if you've been to Kiribati, was virtually non-existent. So it represents very good opportunity indeed for the group. Not a big market, not a big investment, but still very good opportunities for us.
He added that change is rapid in the telecom industry and technology has advanced so much that it's not just about connecting people anymore, but things as well.
But the new concepts that are coming up and the developments around that are about connecting things, what they call the Internet of Things. So your car will be connected, your house will be connected. And, they're saying now, around a single person, you may have 100 connections around you.
ATH says the key challenge will be the realignment of the fundamental economics, prices and structural issues relating to the telecommunications sector. Ellen Stolz, FBC News.
Mostly fine and cloudy weather conditions prevailed over the group today. An intensive trough of low pressure lies over the Solomons and the southern parts of Western Kiribati. All centres recorded temperatures in the high 20s, Suva the lowest again at 25 degrees, and Mombasa the highest at 28 degrees. Tomorrow cloudy periods with brief showers over the interior and eastern parts of the larger islands, fine elsewhere, cool at night. And further outlook is brief showers over the interior and eastern parts of the large islands, afternoon or evening showers elsewhere. And the main points again. Prime Minister commends Fiji Broadcasting Corporation for promoting national unity as Japan commits $14.5 million for AM frequency upgrade. Third Pacific Islands Development Forum gets underway in Suva, and government approves compensation payout for family of deceased Ararawai mill worker. Now to our poll segment. The results from last week, 81% voted no. This week we're asking, can the Flying Fijians reach the quarterfinals at the Rugby World Cup? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spade. Good night.